Hello and welcome back to Wonderland Asylum. We're back today with stage 3 of the Hachette Partworks release of Build the U96 U-boat. So, what are we going to be doing today? Well, we're going to be continuing work on what we did last time. On the bow section, we're going to be working on the other side of the prow this time. The starboard side, fitting bracketry to it and attaching the two halves together. We're also going to be testing the torpedo bay doors in this issue as well, so I do have some batteries to hand to allow us to test that. But without further ado, let's have a look and see what we've got today. Okay, so in today's box we have some assorted bracketry. We have the starboard side of the bow, which also has the anchor port there. We have test box, which takes 3 AA batteries this time. A little pamphlet, which I assume is care instructions. Didn't get one of them in the previous issues. We have, of course, our test board here to allow us to test the doors. We have a bag of AM screws, which are silver, and a bag of AP screws, which are black. And that is how we're going to tell the difference between the two. So the first thing we need is this piece. Rather splendid looking piece of hull it is. We're going to need our screwdriver, and we're going to need a couple of the silver AM screws. So again, the bags aren't labelled, but there's only 2 types in this issue. When it gets to later stages and there's kind of more being supplied, you may need to kind of catalogue them a bit more carefully, but for now there's black ones and there's silver ones. The black ones go into plastic and the silver ones go into metal, at least for now. So the first bit we need is the part that looks like this, and it's labelled 3-2, and it's fitting on over these 2 holes here. Now, as I mentioned previously, you can see the screw holes there are slightly slotted. I think that's to make it slightly easier to get the screws in, but it does also mean that there is the potential that you may get the screw in the slight wrong place, so you want to avoid that. So this is being held in these 2 screws here. And then one at the front. Just make sure the screw hole's lined up. It's very difficult to see because it's black plastic going into dark grey metal. There we go. Nice and secure. And that's in there just like that. Now, the next piece we need is labelled 3-3. Need another couple screws. And that is the piece, I believe, that looks just like this. That is 3-3. And it is going on here. Again, it will only fit one way. Goes on looking just like that. Again, it's held in with 2 of the AM screws. Nicely there. Again, if you wish, you can use some 3-in-1 oil or WD-40 or some sort of lubricant, but as I've met, I keep comparing this to Bismarck, but as I mentioned, with Bismarck, the exact same, you don't really need them for this one because the holes aren't that tight. There we go. It's going in just like that. Then finally we need the large bracket, which is the cutout there, as you see, for the anchor port. And it goes on just like that. There is a little bit of a tolerance here, so you'll need to base it on how the screws line up. So you may need to adjust its positioning. Because as you can see, it can move slightly. And what you're wanting to make sure is that the screw hole is in the middle there. So just like that. Again, once you start to get the screw in, you can always adjust if it's not sitting properly, but that's sitting just perfectly. Just like that. Yep. And then the same bottom hole round here. Just like that. Fantastic. Then we need to get the bracket, which looks like this and is labelled 3-5, and it's going on with these 2 points into these 2 holes, again with the bracket section facing towards what's going to be the top, just like that, and another 2 of the AM screws. I might as well just get the rest of these out because I can see I'm going to need them in just a second anyway. One in this side here, and one in the other side, just like that. Perfect. Now, the moment we've been waiting for. We get to join the bow sections up. And that appears to be held in place with 4 AP screws. So keep the AM ones to the side for now. I'm not missing a bracket, am I? Oh, I am indeed. Yep, the final bracket. I was just looking there because I've got 2 AM screws still. The final bracket, same as the other side, it's got teeth on the hull there, and there's holes there that'll line it up perfectly. And once it's all lined up, again, the last 2 AM screws, but there is always, as always, with Hachette Partworks, a spare screw. Go. The final one just going in here. There we go. Perfect. Now, after that slight preemption, we'll call it that, it's, as I say, 4 the black AP screws that we need next. We'll get one on the screwdriver ready, because I'm just going to take the circuit board out of there because that's now all that's left in the box. We now get to join the halves of the hull together. So again, making sure the cable isn't going to get caught. Line it all up. Just trying to see which one's going to go above and which one's going to go below here. It's not particularly clear, but yeah, those ones go above. So just making sure everything all lines up. It should slip together like that very, very easily. Now you're going to struggle to see where I'm putting screws, but 2 of them go in to these holes here, and the other the other two go right down in the bottom there. So I'll put these two in the top first because they're nice and easy for you to see, and it'll hold the hull together for us. It's the first one in. Oh, this is stunning. And the second one. Like that. Perfect. Actually no, I don't think that one's tight enough, so hang on, I'm going to just get a little bit of downward pressure on it and tighten it. Yeah, that's it. I thought there was another couple of turns in there. And then another two AP screws, but they go further down. So I'm going to use the screwdriver supplied because that one's a bit thick to get all the way down. I don't know if you can see, but it's two holes that are down inside the hull. This was much easier on the last side because, well, the hull was still apart. Whereas on this side, there we go, that's in. It's impossible for me to see. You're not going to see, and I do apologise. I'll try and point out where they are to you once I've put them in. If you look just in there, you can see one there and one there is the two holes it's going into. Now I will try with this screwdriver this time because there's a bit more room than I thought, and it's a bit easier to kind of get the torque needed. It's just so hard to see the hole. There we go. That's the thing, is my vision isn't bad. If you've got bad vision, you're going to really struggle with that. But that is those two screws in there. Hopefully you can see them. Then we have two more going in the front, just here. So I'll get them out, just 2 seconds. Again, we do have one more spare screw. I don't know what I keep them for because you get a spare one in every issue, but I always do keep a couple kicking around just in case. So we're putting two screws in the front here. Again, being aware you are going into plastic, so you don't want to be over tightening them. But by the same token, they need to be tight enough that they're actually going to hold the hull together. And then the final two go into these two holes here. There we go. Just like that. And the final screw, for now, goes in just below it. That's them in just there. Fantastic. So now what we have to do is take the printed circuit board that's supplied, and we're looking for this port here, and we're plugging in this cable. Again, match the pins up to the holes in the plug. You don't want to break the plug off. And then get the battery box, unwind the cable, fit your 3 AA batteries, Again, this is only temporary, so it's not the full voltage the thing will get. I have a feeling from looking at the pictures this is going to be the same as Bismarck, where it has the batteries in the stand, whereas it looks like Titanic's going to be primarily mains operated. I think this is going to be the same as Bismarck, where it's battery powered, and in that case I will definitely be doing a power mod. But the battery box plugs into this port just here. Another thing to bear in mind is while the batteries are connected to this board, or they're even in that power pack, they will continually drain, so you're best to unplug them. Okay, so now let's test the torpedo bay doors. Now I'm checking which button does which, and I believe this button here should open them all the way. Oh, magnificent. Look at that. And then if you push the other button, it closes the torpedo bay doors. Oh, that is just absolutely awesome. I love that. That is superb. So again, I'll open them up again for you. Getting ready to fire the torpedoes, and once the torpedoes have been shot, amazing, absolutely amazing. And that is us complete for stage 3. So that's us for stage 3. So impressed, so chuffed. Yeah, so that's what we've created. Again, look at the size of it. And simply because I can't resist, there are the torpedo bay doors opening. That's them all open. And then push the other button. That is so cool. I just absolutely love that. That is amazing. Yep, so look at the smile. Yeah, that's us for stage 3. What are we doing in stage 4? We're doing the port side of the conning tower, which obviously is the kind of control centre that sits on the top of the deck, and the anti-aircraft machine gun. So this one's going to be a bit more sprue and glue than we've been doing so far. Largely what we've done to this point has been screwing and engineering. We're now moving on to the gluing and sprueing section. But yeah, thanks as always for watching. Any feedback, comments, criticisms, complaints, pop them below. Do leave me a like, because it does help out with the channel and lets me know I'm doing something right. And of course, subscribe to the channel to see the rest of U96 and of course the rest of Titanic. If you haven't checked that out, please feel free to check that one out as well. It's a slightly simpler build. This one is a lot more engineering heavy, and it's a lot more complex to get everything to line up and put together. Certainly a skill level above where Titanic was. But yeah, as always guys, thank you for watching, and you know the score. Peace out everyone.